Hello everyone, today we're going to continue reading Merriam-Webster's Primary Dictionary. Okay, let's start. Book. What are you reading right now is a book. Books are made up of pages held together along one side. If you have a lot of books, you might keep them in a bookcase or on bookshelves. Or you could keep a few on a table or desk and hold them upright with bookends. You can use a bookmark to mark the page in the book where you stop reading when you're called for dinner. Boom. A boom is a big, low sound that echoes and hums. Boom is the sound that a big drum makes, or a big explosion. We heard the boom of the bass drum and knew that the parade had started. You can also say that a person with a loud, low voice has a booming voice. His voice boomed over the loudspeaker. Boss. A boss is a person who decides what work needs to be done by other people and then tells them to do it. If their mother is the owner of a store, then she is the boss of the other people who work there. At a job, the boss is often called a supervisor. But bossing people around is something else. It means telling people what to do, even though you're not the boss. A person who tries to boss people around is called bossy. They said I was bossy, but I was just trying to tell them how to play the game. Bounce. If you throw a rubber ball onto the floor, it will bounce back up. To bounce means to spring back quickly after hitting something. I missed the ball, and it bounced away across the gym. This word is also used for something that seems like the bounce of a ball. She bounced up out of her chair when the doorbell rang. Boy. A boy is a young male person. My aunt just had a baby boy. We have 10 boys and 9 girls in our class. The word boy is about 700 years old, but nobody knows for sure where it came from. At first, boy meant a male servant or slave, but later it meant any young male person. And that's its most common meaning today. Little boy blue, come blow your horn. The sheep's in the middle, the cow's in the corn. Brag. People brag because they want other people to admire them. They might brag about what they have or what they can do. Our neighbors are always bragging about the prizes their dog has won. Long ago, brag was used to say something good about a person. It meant that a person was full of energy and high spirits, but such a person might often become proud and boastful. Nowadays, brag is used only for the way someone talks who has too much pride or is too self-centered. Another word that means the same thing as brag is boast. He boasted that he had the biggest stamp collection. Brain. Your brain fills up the most of your inside of your head. It is the part of your body that controls everything your body does. Your thinking takes place in your brain. That is why people say that a smart person has brains. People also sometimes call a smart person a brain. That new student is a real brain. When somebody suddenly comes up with a good idea, it's often called a brainstorm or a brainwave. People sometimes get together to brainstorm or think of good ideas. Branch. A branch is a part of a tree that grows out from the trunk. We built our tree house on a big branch. Branch is also used for things that remind us of the branches of a tree because they're smaller parts of a bigger thing. Some things beside trees that have branches are river, roads, libraries, banks, and families. The road to our place branches off from the main road just past the hill. Our public library has a branch nearby. Why were the children staring at the White House trees? They were studying the branches of government. Brave. Being brave means going ahead and doing something good when you know that it is risky or dangerous, and even if you're afraid. Firefighters have to be brave. They're often in danger when they fight a fire. It was brave of her to tell Mom that she was the one who had broken the window. They had to brave a fierce storm. The opposite of brave is cowardly. Here are some other words you can use to describe a person who is brave: bold, courageous, valiant, heroic. An act that is brave, and it is an act of bravery. Break. If you break something, that usually means that you have damaged it so that it can't be used again unless it is fixed. I broke my glasses when I sat on them. Some toys are supposed to be unbreakable. That means they can't be broken. To talk about damaging soft things like clothes or very thin things like paper, you don't use the word break. You use words like tear or rip. Break also means stop. If you break a habit, you stop doing what you're used to doing. If you take a break from working, you stop working to rest a while or maybe eat a snack. If someone is broke, it doesn't mean that they have been broken in half. It means that they don't have any money. She couldn't go to the movie because she was broke. What is so delicate that you can break it with a whisper? Silence. You can break a cookie in half and give one half to your friend, but that's not damaging anything. That's sharing. Breakfast. Breakfast is the first meal of the day. The word breakfast is about 500 years old. Breakfast is made up of the words break and fast, even though it doesn't sound like it. And this word break means stop, like breaking a habit. And fast here doesn't mean speedy. Fasting means to go without food for a while. People fast for religious reasons or for their health. But in a way, everyone fasts every night because people don't eat while they're asleep. In the morning, when you eat your breakfast, you are breaking your fast. If you eat your first meal of the day very late, near lunchtime, that is often called brunch. Brunch was made by putting parts of the word breakfast and lunch together. Like this, breakfast plus lunch equals brunch. Brunch is like breakfast and lunch together. Bright. The word bright is used to describe things that catch the eye because they are shining with light, or because they have a strong color. The sun is so bright that you can't look at it for more than a second without hurting your eyes. The brightest colors are yellow, orange, and red. You can see them from far away. The word bright is also used to talk about good ideas. I just had a bright idea. And smiling faces. He had a bright smile. Bring. You bring something when you carry or take it with you. I brought my favorite book to Grandma's for her to read me. We have to bring bag lunches on the field trip. Sometimes bring is used for something that comes almost as if it was being carried. The storm brought 10 inches of snow. Here's the chorus of an old song. My bonnie lies over the ocean. Bring back, bring back. Bring back my bonnie to me, to me. Bring back, bring back. Oh, bring back my bonnie to me. Brother. A boy who has the same parents as you do is your brother. My brother is my best friend. Brotherhood is a feeling for others that is like a good feeling between brothers. But you don't have to have a brother to feel this. Look up sister. Brush. There are many different kinds of brushes. All brushes have bristles. Some brushes, such as toothbrushes and nail brushes, are used for cleaning. I brush my teeth twice a day. Some brushes, such as hair brushes, are used to make something neat. Not all brushes are for brushing. You can brush with a hairbrush, but with a paintbrush you paint, and with a scrub brush you scrub. Bubble. A bubble is a very, very thin ball of liquid with air inside, like you see at the top of boiling water or soapy water. Bubbles don't last long. I like having bubbles in my bath. You can make bubbles from bubble gum, too. These bubbles are much stronger because they're made of gum instead of a liquid. Buffalo. A buffalo is a big animal. There were buffalo that used to live all over the plains of North America. Other kinds of buffalo are found in Asia and Africa. The word buffalo first meant the buffalo found in Asia and Africa. That's because English-speaking people knew about those animals long before they had ever seen the North American kind. The English word buffalo comes from the Italian name buffalo. The Italian word goes all the way back to the ancient Greek name for a kind of buffalo found in Africa. Later, people called the North American buffalo by the same name because they look something like the other kinds. Another name for the buffalo of North America is bison. Scientists like to use the name bison instead of buffalo to show that the North American animal isn't the same as the buffalo of Asia and Africa. Bug. A lot of different insects are called bugs, especially those that people think of as pests. Scientists use the word bug only for the kind of insects that have a pointed mouth part that they use like a drinking straw to suck their food. The bed bug is such a bug, and it really is a pest too, because it sucks human blood. A ladybug is one of the insects that isn't really a bug, but it's all right to call it that, because that is its common name and everyone knows what you mean. Bugs can be a bother, and so can people. Stop bugging me! A litter bug is also a bother. That's a person who throws trash on the ground instead of in a trash can. When you're tucked in bed, all warm and cozy, you could say you're snug as a bug in a rug. Look up beetle. Build. You build something by putting parts together so that they can stay together. You can build a wall by stacking up bricks, or you can build a tower with blocks. You have to know a lot about building before you can build a good house. Build goes back to Old English times, about 1,000 years ago. The Old English word was builden. This word was made from the Old English word bold, which meant house. Here are some other words that have almost the same meaning as build: construct, manufacture, make. And here are some words that mean the opposite of build: tear down, demolish, destroy, wreck. A building is something that is built. A house is a building. So is a store or an office tower. But not everything that is built is called a building. People also build bookshelves and bridges. These things are not buildings. Is a treehouse a building? Bully. A bully is a person who tries to hurt or frighten other people who are not as big or as strong. Our teacher told that bully to stop bothering us. If you frighten someone into doing something that they don't want, that is called bullying. My big sister bullied me into letting her change the TV channel. What did the little chicken say to the bully? Stop pecking on me. Bully doesn't come from the word bull. In fact, at first it meant sweetheart. Many words change their meaning over time, but not many words change the opposite meaning. So let's stop there. And now I'm going to say goodbye. Goodbye. See you next time.